we doing this Monday?
Doing real good.
Are you really?
How you doing, Alex?
Wait, I'm waiting for that sizzle reel to roll of all your genius predictions over the weekend. Hawks, wrong. Nuggets, wrong. Clippers,
I didn't say Clippers wasn't going to win on Friday.
But you said they're going to win in 5.
What about tonight?
Yeah, we'll see.
Who Drake do on Friday? Who Drake do on Friday?
That was your one moment in the sun. I told you better enjoy your 15 minutes because they were over fast.
Okay. All right. I want you to have the energy in the morning now.
Yep.
All right, well, let's dive right into the Clippers because finding themselves down 0-2 for the second straight series, Kawhi and the Clippers made a statement with a 132-106 win versus the Jazz on Saturday. Kawhi and Paul George combined for 65 points, and after the game, Ty Lue said of his stars, quote, "We know that they are 2 of the best in the league. LA now has a chance to tie the series at 2 games each tonight." So, Shannon, who wins Game 4?
I'm going to take the Jazz, Skip. The Clippers
You
play.
better take the Jazz.
No. The Clippers play the
do or die for you.
It ain't do or die.
Well, it is too if you got Jazz in 5.
As long as the Jazz win, it's really die for you.
Well, I'm just saying, you have to win this game or you lose 5 cases. You have 5 cases on this game tonight.
But
am I correct?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
And I got 5 cases on this series, so I might be 10, might get 10.
No. You have to win tonight or you lose 5 cases.
I ain't worried about that. I'm not even worried about it. Because you holding your hopes on Paul George doing tonight what he did on Saturday. And I don't see that happening. Now, give the Clippers credit. The one thing, and I didn't like what I saw from the Jazz early on, Skip, because the one thing I know about a Ty Lue coach team, that they're going to fight. They're not going down without a fight. He will have them ready to play. And I don't think the Jazz met their intensity to start the game because I guess they thought because we're up 2-0 and the Clippers are just going to just roll over. And that wasn't going to happen. I know that about a Ty Lue coach team. So with that being said, I anticipate the Jazz to come out with more intensity. They didn't start the game with the intensity that they needed to start. They started the game like a team that was up 2-0. We're comfortable with where we are, and I don't need to see that. I need a team that's scratching and clawing, trying to get up 3-0. Now you're trying to get up 3-1. I need Donovan to be a little bit more aggressive in the first quarter because we saw what he did, Skip, the first quarter of Game 1. We saw how he took the game over. We saw what he did in Game 3 in the second quarter, how he got it rolling. But that was a little bit too late. Now, Paul George got nothing bad to say about him. But this was the first game of the postseason, Skip. He shot 40%, 50% from the floor and 40% from the 3 in the same game. So he was due a game because Reggie Jackson and Kawhi and some of the other guys have been carrying PG. So PG owed him a game like this, and it came at the right time. He had it going in the first half. Kawhi got it going in the second half. And that was the 1-2 punch. That's why they got both of those guys in. Like, you know what? We got 2 superstars. If one gets it going, he can hold the fort down until the other gets it going. And that's what happened. But I believe the Jazz, they're going to make the 3. They're going to shoot the 3, Skip. But they didn't shoot the ball from too well. Donovan missed a lot of bunnies. Bogdanovich didn't play well. Missed a lot of bunnies. I'm going to need Bogdanovich to play with that, what I saw in games 1 and 2. I didn't see that. And Quinn Snyder, I don't know why you keep putting Niang in the ball game, but all he does, he come down and shoot 3s in transition, and he turns the ball over and kill whatever momentum that they had. They're going to need a little bit more offensively from Rudy Gobert, Skip. They start. That's one thing about Ty, Skip. He doesn't have a lineup that's etched in stone. It's not saying, well, okay, we got these 5 guys. You see what he did again? He went away from Zubac and started Nicholas Batum. So he's going to constantly try to find a matchup where he's at an advantage, and it forces Rudy Gobert away from the basket. And what does that do? Open lanes. Paul George driving the ball. Kawhi driving the ball. You got to take something away, Skip. You can't let the Clippers drive the basket and make 16, 17, 18 threes because you can't beat them like that. You're going to have to take something away. I believe we take the lane away tonight, force them to make 3s, and the Jazz go up 3-1. And I have a stranglehold on this.
Really? Well, you would at 3-1. I would give you that. So I cannot tell you how many issues I have with all the things you just spat all over the place.
Okay.
I'll start with the start.
Okay.
You said that your Jazz came out without intensity.
defensive intensity.
It was 8-0 before I could even get my computer open before me so I could start tweeting. And I said, well, here we go again. This is game 3 at Dallas all over again when they fell behind 30-11 down 0-2, except in that series, they had lost the first 2 games, obviously, at home. 30-11 at Dallas, and they slowly but surely, speaking of scratching and clawing, scratched and clawed all the way back into that game to win it. In game 4, then came home and upchucked all over the floor in game 5, and then they climbed out of that hole by winning game 6 and 7. It's just who they are. So Ty Lue called the timeout of the weekend, maybe of the year, at 8-0, and just said, who are you guys and what are you doing? Because clearly, to me, the Clippers have demonstrated they're a little better than the best team in record in the NBA. They're a little bit better, and I'll demonstrate how they have demonstrated that. But you have to actually play better than the other team, and they haven't routinely done that except in Game 3 on Saturday at Staples Center. So at 8-0, they pulled their heads out, and they started to actually play Clippers basketball, and here they came. I will give you Donovan Mitchell. He was a little passive in the first quarter because Kawhi was up into him, and when Kawhi takes him, Kawhi actually bothers him a little bit. He came on strong like gangbusters in the second quarter and said, I don't care who's guarding me, how far from the basket. I'm just going to shoot it whenever I feel like shooting it, and he went Steph Curry starting in the second quarter. He also tweaked his right ankle. I couldn't really see it. He came down a little awkwardly, but it didn't look that bad to me. And the next thing I know, he is stumbling up the tunnel toward the locker room. And I'm thinking, seriously? It is the same right ankle that kept him out down the stretch of the season and cost him game 1 when he wanted to play against Memphis.
That was the ankle that he took off on, because I was like you, I was looking, did he land on somebody's foot?
No.
What happened?
No.
And it just seemed like he took off on it, and it
I love Donovan Mitchell. I pushed for him that year, the whole year, that he should have been Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons. You took Ben Simmons. But Donovan Mitchell is as explosive a scorer as there is in this league.
Yes.
He also has a little bit of diva in him, and occasionally he goes diva, and in that case, he went a little diva. Then he comes back out for the heroic return and said, put me back in, coach. And about that time, somebody else made another 3. I think it was Terrence Mann made another 3 for the Clippers. And finally, Quinn Snyder said, you know what? Enough is enough. I think let's let him have this one, and let's save you for game 4. I'm pretty sure he's going to come on like gangbusters again tonight, and I don't think that will be any issue. But here's my point about my man Kawhi Leonard. He was the best player on the floor on Saturday evening at Staples, as he has to be again tonight. But if you look at one column, he made 1 of 6 3-point shots. That cannot happen again tonight. He needs to make 3 or 4. How about 5?
But his teammates made 18, Skip, so he good. If you're going to get that kind of production from your teammates.
Okay, I got it. I still believe the Clippers are going to win tonight. I think it will be much closer than 26 points tonight because the Jazz are really good. They finished first in record for a reason. They were 3rd in offense and 3rd in defense and 1st in rebounding. It will be difficult to overcome them tonight, and I'm here to tell my Clippers that what happened Saturday night is meaningless if you don't rinse and repeat tonight. And you're going to have to take it up, Kawhi Leonard, one more level tonight, because as great as Kawhi was in the fourth quarter, that's when he really rose and shone. He went 5 of 5 in the fourth quarter, and every time the Jazz said yes, he said no. That's who he is and who he has to be tonight. I thought in both series against Dallas and now against the Jazz, he went into that load management thing that's in the back of his mind where I got to save myself. I got to save. And they got down 0-2 at home to Dallas and now 0-2.
Well, Skip, you mentioned it, though. But you look at the first half, what he's doing. He's expending a lot of energy trying to control Donovan Mitchell.
Well, this time he did.
So PG's like, okay, I got it. Once they had the thing under control, he said, well, now it's my turn to go to work. And you see him took over the second half.
Okay. I still believe in the Clippers. I believe they're going to win this series in 6 games. I believe they can beat the Phoenix Suns in the conference finals. And now, all of a sudden, the East looks as wide open as ever because we don't know about Kyrie. We don't know about James Harden. I don't even know about Blake Griffin. We'll get to that in just a moment here. I'm not sure about any of that. So is it Milwaukee? Is it the Sixers? Will the Hawks make a desperate rally? It could be anybody's ball game in the East, and it's why I love the Clippers in the West and in the finals. But here's the point. The Clippers have this thing in them. They have to do it the hardest way. So tonight, if they fall behind 3-1, maybe they feel like we need to be down 3-1, where we have to fight back from 3-1 down. I sure hope not, because that will take 3 more years off my life, and they are, again, the most frustrating team to watch. Again, I'm glad nobody has a tape of me during the Clippers games, because they drive me way crazier than the Cowboys have ever driven me, because they do dumb stuff. They miss easy shots. Kawhi missed a layup in the first quarter. He just got to the basket and just laid it up too hard and it went completely over the rim.
Right.
But then he redeemed himself by turning back into Kawhi Leonard. Here is the key to me. Here's why I believe the Clippers will slowly but surely show you they're better than the Jazz. What did we see in game number 1 at Utah? Well, the Clippers came out